Ooh, I love it when you demonstrate, Brain.
By altering the frequencies of my voice, I am able to befog men's minds.
But how? With some electronic gizmo thingy?
I just couldn't wait to inhabit those characters. For me, it was like a great suit you get to wear, and I just knew that, you know, coming in, I got to be that guy, and I got to have that relationship with your guy, and it was just so many levels to play. So for me, it was really about the richness of the part, and knowing that the writing was going to be so good.
Yes, I am the leader of this planet, ruler of all I survey. Earth trembles before my might.
No. And he really isn't just a laboratory mouse who plans to take over the world.
Quiet, Pinky. I'll handle this from now on.
Point. No.
You know, one of the things about Pinky and the Brain, a lot of times people say, well, it's the classic comedy double. It's the jerk and the dummy, which is kind of what, you know, Abbott and Costello and Martin and Lewis, and it's sort of this tradition of what you would call a comedy double.
Egad, Pinky. It's you.
Yay! Point!
But I never really saw it quite that way as the jerk and the dummy. You know, that the Brain always cared about Pinky.
Oh, what have I done? Pinky, are you all right?
Uh-huh. No. But I'm afraid my secret playhouse will never be the same.
It's in Megalomaniacs Anonymous, where Brain realizes he has a problem and says, I'm beginning to hurt those I tolerate. You know, he can't admit he loves Pinky, but Pinky, and we know Pinky loves Brain, but Brain loves Pinky too.
And that Pinky was not always blowing these plans. A lot of times he just sort of, you know, pointed a flashlight at Brain's mistake.
It seems to me, Brain, that it's not my fault at all that these plans haven't worked.
Well, of course it is. Look. I figured it out myself. The numbers don't lie.
Actually, there seems to be a little boo-boo right here.
The show is about the relationship. A lot of people, you know, the gadgets, the plans to take over the world were you know, subterfuge. But what really tied the show together was the relationships that Pinky and the Brain had, and on Animaniacs, the three Warner Brothers and sister had. And I think a lot of if we didn't love each other,
oh no,
it wouldn't have worked. You know, I mean, and so.
Remember when I gave you the world, Brain, in Christmas?
Yes, that was a very.
That made me cry.
It made
me cry. I'm crying right now.
When we read it, I cried. I had no trouble emoting. I actually cried when we table read it.
It was sweet.
It was very really sweet, and it was a you know.
Because you've been yelling at him the whole episode.
Yeah,
Brain was yelling at
You've been hitting
me
in the head with a pencil.
That's right. That's right.
But I think the show's about that, about the love, even though Brain could never admit it.
Love, Pinky. P.S. By any chance do you have in that big old bag of yours the world?
Definitely one of the highlights for me of Pinky and the Brain was winning an Emmy for the Pinky and the Brain Christmas special. A Pinky and the Brain Christmas.
Hello. Hello. No.
Pinky has a letter for Santa, and it's all about the Brain. And as Brain goes on this huge mission to conquer the world, to all these huge dreams and all that sort of stuff, and that Pinky just kind of in a very small way delivers him, you know, this message of Christmas. And in fact, and then in the end, you know, he gives him a little world on a keychain. It's very cute.
Here, Brain.
Thank you, Pinky. And Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to you, Brain.
I think you both deserved Emmys for your voice work.
Well,
Maurice did not get one, unfortunately, but Rob did.
That's gotten to be a running gag, actually, in my life. Whenever I go on a show, I will say, you're looking at the only person who worked on Pinky and the Brain who didn't win an Emmy.
You know, Maurice didn't win an Emmy. Did you know that? Okay, I won't even mention it then.
But I'm here to tell you, and I said more than once, after having won the Emmy, I learned that the Emmy and $4 will get you a latte.
It really,
I mean, I'm not going to give it back. But no, it's not.
Or a taxi.
Or a taxi.
Yes.
Well, you've got, what, 7 of them?
Yeah.
This is, you know you have too many Emmys when you start dressing your Emmys in Barbie clothes.
Please don't tell the Television Academy. They're going to
want
stop
one
giving
so
them to
bad.
me.
That's when you know you have a lot
They
of
look very
Emmys.
good dressed up.
I
They look
noticed,
very
especially
good dressed
especially Malibu Beach Emmy. She's very cute.
up. Any little sundress will work.
Don't I know that?
I tried to stay trim.
Everybody had this improv comedy background, and we all shared that. We were all, you know, basically kind of obnoxious, goofy people.
All the successful comedians, Pinky, have an individual voice, a style. I must find my voice.
Oh, I know, Brain. How about this one?
Oh, hey you. Oh, this is my voice. Ah.
You had a, before that, you had a terrific
I had a whole other
career
career as a stand-up comedian.
An
it's,
impressionist, bar none, truly.
well,
Outstanding.
you're very kind.
Really nice.
It
Isn't
is-
isn't that right, Mr. Shatner?
Please don't compliment me. It sickens me. Sulu, Chekhov.
Yeah.
Spock sabotaged the system. I don't say
think that's
sabotage.
Sabotage.
I don't say sabotage. You say sabotage. I say sabotage.
I knew of your ability as an impressionist, and that was absolutely appealing to us, both on Animaniacs and Pinky and the Brain, because we knew we were going to do, whether it would be a political episode or, you know, anything from, you know, okay, Mo, what impressions do you do? And then we would work on creating shows around, you know, okay, if we have, you know, Picasso, or if we have Michelangelo, or if we have whoever, let's have Mo do his so-and-so impression.
Initially, I thought with Pinky and the Brain, they're in this lab, and, you know, they're lab mice. I mean, what's happening in that lab? I suspect, how did Brain, you know, get that big lobe, and how did Pinky get so incredibly goofy? I think they've done some experiments on these guys. And we thought, well, maybe they're going to do experiments on these guys every week, and they're going to have different powers each week. But we felt that perhaps vivisection isn't the best way to go for a kid's show. So we got rid of the scientists experimenting on them, and we let Pinky and the Brain sort of get out of the cage and have fun.